would have thought that a light-hearted meme would be all it takes that reignites the interest in cryptocurrency phenomenon? After the famous Dogecoin tweet, the latest to capture Elon Musk's fancy on the crypto fun is Baby Doge. Our discussion today is around the fascinating landscape of cryptocurrency that has caught the interest of Indian financial enthusiasts. Joining us today in our exciting episode of Mic'd Up With Mass are Mr. Ramalingam Subramanian, Head of Marketing at CoinDCX, and Mr. Vipul Kedia, Chief Data and Platform Officer at Affle's Mass. Welcome both of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Diksha. Hi, Ram. Once again, a warm welcome to this episode of Mic'd Up With Mass. So tell our listeners a bit about yourself and the role that you play at CoinDCX.
Sure, Vipul. Thank you. Thank you so much. And it's great to be part of this podcast and happy to talk to all of you. CoinDCX is one of the leading players in India and an emerging player globally. We've been in business for the past 3 years now. Major focus is making crypto more accessible in India through our varied set of products and services. If you want to invest in crypto assets, you will definitely come across our name, as we are one of the preferred choice for more than 3 million first-time investors in India. We recently launched one of our large campaigns called Bitcoin Liya Kya, so that's another piece. Globally, we are today ranked as we are the highest ranked Indian exchange, and we make all this happen based on our 3 key values of simplicity, safety, and compliance. Personally, I've been with CoinDCX for more than 2 years, handling the entire marketing piece here. Prior to CoinDCX, I ran my own branding and marketing firm for close to 4.5 years. And yeah, I've also had experience working in brands like Zipla, Coca-Cola, TCS, to name a few. Excited to be here and look forward to your questions.
Thank you. So Ram, crypto is fairly new and undiscovered territory for the average Indian user. What has been your marketing approach when it comes to establishing brand identity and create affinity among the users?
Sure, interesting. See, through various estimates that we have today, less than 1% of India has actually invested in crypto. However, today, because of various activities done by us and through our colleagues, we have seen that Bitcoin has become more of a coffee table conversation topic today, and everyone today is in some way or the other discussing this new age investment asset. Right? For us, the approach had been very simple. We even actually went ahead and coined a term for it. We called it Try Crypto. We did not want to push people to buy, invest, or start their journey. We did not want to push that message through, but we wanted to push a message about trials, because we are very certain that once you understand the fundamental nature of these asset classes, you'll realize that these assets have immense potential in them. Yes, there are certain assets that may not be very clear or that we might have to be careful about, but in general, if you understand the blockchain technology and you understand the nature of these asset class, we believe once you start trying these things out, you'll be hooked on. As a brand, we have been very cautious about disseminating the right knowledge around this, with sustainable growth being one of our key guiding principles. And hence, we have basically taken a very simple 3-step approach. Build crypto literacy as step 1. Build safety and security around the asset classes as step 2. And then go ahead and build a simple and seamless product. This approach translates into activities that we have done. For example, DCX Learn being our academy that we launched in June last year, or going ahead and taking $100 million insurance via BitGo for the safety of funds on CoinDCX, or even going ahead and building a completely new app for first time investors called CoinDCX Go, which we claim to be the simplest Bitcoin app. The focus has always been to build a brand that is comfortable for everyone to engage with and take that first step when they want to invest in this new age asset.
Got it. That's fairly interesting, and I think that's a pretty unique approach that you have taken towards your overall marketing. But for an average Indian user, what do you feel is still the primary factor due to which they are trying crypto? Is it that they are getting more influenced from the trends in the West? And as an add-on to that, how is it that you see this changing with more niche Indian players getting into this space?
right? So yes, in today's interconnected world, there is nothing like an isolated zone, right? What happens across the world impacts us as well. And yes, all these excitement does rub down in India. But an interesting point here is that it's not just that the Westerner activities or the excitement around there is impacting India, but it's also a two-way thing. There are top projects and exchanges from India who are doing great when it comes to the global scenario as well. One popular project from India, which was earlier called Matic and now is called Polygon, is actually solving large scale problems, and is something that the world is sitting up and noticing to, right? Being at a sector which is like an intersection of finance and tech, I believe, because India has been leading in these two sectors for a while now. Fintech in India has been really amazing. A lot of this is driving the youth of today to engage with these options, right? What we further need is greater clarity, some amount of positive and sensible regulations, and moreover a nurturing environment. Okay, this will definitely help the Indian community up their game when it comes to development or investment, or being participating with this, like for example working in a crypto firm, crypto, or be it an exchange or a crypto project, and so on and so forth. Once we see this nurturing environment coming up, we'll truly see this industry booming in the days and years to come in India.
Got it. So tell me what an average user for you looks like, and what are some of the interesting consumer behavior and app engagement patterns that you've noticed?
Sure. So an average user of our app is the youth of today. He or she is looking at opportunities that help them create wealth. However, they are smart enough to be grounded in sensible decision making, right? We, from an age perspective, we have the 25 to 45 age group with a slightly male skewed audience. We have started noticing that people who start diversifying beyond three assets or three tokens on our platform start understanding investing in cryptos much better and stay there for a longer period. However, two key trends that we are noticing, which has emerged or evolved over the last 6 to 8 months or so. The first one is the rise of the female investor, right? Females as a segment has been growing incredibly over the last couple of months. They have been able to identify opportunities and trends which allow them to invest safely. Overall, the app has made it simple for them, so there is much more assurity when they are trading. But we have also noticed the reason why female interest has peaked is because you can actually start with just a minimum of 100 rupees, right? And that is where we have started seeing a lot of adoption coming in. The second thing that we have noticed as a trend is the rise of the neo investor. Okay, aside of the traditional pockets of traders and investors, Bombay, Bangalore, or the Delhis and stuff, we also started seeing tier 2 and tier 3 markets heavily participating in crypto adoption. Prime, maybe because they don't have that kind of a baggage with a set investment assets or a set patch. We have started seeing them picking it up. We have also started seeing micro investment strategies where people are figuring out, how do I split 100 rupees in multiple asset class instead of putting X amount of money in one particular investment option only, right? This rise of the neo investor, we are seeing them going ahead and diversifying, investing, and in a way aggressively adopting crypto. So yeah, these are the two major trends that we could see on our, from the consumer side of things. And on the app engagement side of stuff, as I said right earlier, investing in more than 3 assets, we have started seeing these cohorts of customers understanding investment in crypto much better and going ahead and making some bold decisions.
So what does user retention then look like for your app?
User retention, as I said, right, people investing in more than 3 tokens, this is something that we start measuring. We have seen there is more than 85% probability of in this case, and that helps build the next set of activities that we want to do. We have started seeing that the investment or the net, what we call internally as the net active portfolio, we have seen those numbers rising post this. Also, the amount of money people start investing, right? The the funds that they invest and the net assets that they hold with us starts increasing post this number. So our job in terms of retention, we have started seeing as an app, we in general CoinDCX has been a very high retention based product, and now once we have launched this app, we have started seeing that people are sticking around.
Got it. So, just to change tracks a little, from a branding perspective, CoinDCX recently came on board as a sponsor for the WTC tournament. How do you approach the entire brand versus performance marketing piece?
Okay, sure. Yes, that's an interesting one. So, as a brand, we always wanted to address a few challenges out there: lack of familiarity, lack of awareness, and lack of comfort when it comes to crypto as a category and CoinDCX as a brand. We wanted to tackle these things, and by partnering with the World Test Championship or going ahead and sponsoring an entire T20 tournament, like if you know, I think on 21st of July we are going to have the CoinDCX Cup being played between India and Sri Lanka. What we are trying to do is normalize, familiarize, and build credibility around the brand. Right? As performance marketers, one would definitely agree that campaigns with low brand awareness generally perform poorly in terms of conversion and hence result in higher CAC.
Mm-hmm.
Or they may fail to scale, or they may lead to certain amount of fraud. Right? As marketers, our job has to be maintaining a healthy balance. These campaigns, these brand awareness campaigns or brand campaigns per se, help us build TOMA, top of the mind awareness, and this in turn actually helps improve the performance of our various performance marketing campaigns. So it's a necessary balance that you need to find in terms of awareness as well as marketing, performance marketing, and it depends on the stage of your business as well. How much, where do you spend, and what kind of campaigns you run.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, in some sense, are the lines between performance and brand marketing converging for you, or are these two very closely correlated? Can we say that?
So honestly, I never felt them to be very different actually. Right?
Mm-hmm.
As digital marketing scaled, performance took center stage. Right? However, the fundamentals of marketing haven't really changed much over the years. Right? It was always about reaching the right audience with the right message and consistently and sustainably doing so. As marketeers, we definitely love to coin terms, and in the journey, we at times complicate how simple how marketing was and how do we do that more effectively. Irrespective of what kind of campaign or strategy you apply, every customer has to go through 7 buyers readiness stages, right? From awareness to knowledge to conviction to action. People have to go through these 7 stages, and you can't really skip any one of them. You can reduce the time a customer spends on each of these stages, but you can't skip and overcome that, right? Specifically, performance marketing focuses on driving customers through these stages in the most effective and efficient manner. However, it definitely needs the help of brand campaigns or brand marketing campaigns per se to reduce that time that a person spends on each stage. So if I have good amount of awareness, good amount of knowledge created through brand campaigns, performance campaigns actually benefit a lot when it comes to moving customers through these stages to at the end goal being purchase.
Makes sense. To again, get to a slightly different topic from marketing itself. Crypto traditionally has always been sort of a regulatorily sensitive subject, and there is a lot of confusion around what kind of regulations and what is the exact status of crypto in India. So how do you see the crypto landscape evolving in India with the regulatory restrictions, and how do you foresee the future panning out?
Sure. So to be or not to be is the question, right? In India, we have had a series of discussions and certain set of actions that had taken, be it the RBI circular of 2018 or the Supreme Court verdict of 2020 and the proposed bill that is doing the rounds today. Over these 3 major time stages in India's timeline, crypto and the understanding of blockchain has evolved tremendously. In 2018, the general consensus was that this does not really have much value, and perhaps this could be leading to some kind of a scam, right? To today, where the general consensus is that this is a new age asset class, it has certain value, and it should be something that people should try. This is reflected in the thought process of the government of the day, right? Because government is of the people. So what we see today is there is a positive consideration coming in from the government side. As we move forward, there will be an approach which will be very calculated from the government side. They will not want to open the entire economy up to crypto at a massive scale. They will take smaller, introduce certain restrictions so that investing in these assets is much simpler. They might mandate exchanges like us to go through a licensing regime, or also mandate us to set up, say, investment funds like we do it through SEBI, so that we are able to protect customers, or simply focus a lot on the education aspect of it. What we have seen from our experience being so we have a business in Singapore as well, and Singapore has gone through this phase, and we have learned from our experience there that what kind of regulations would come in, what kind of activities can happen. So basis that, what we look like, if you want to ask me what is the short term forecast, it's going to be a bumpy ride. But if you ask me what's going to be the long term forecast, I don't think India would be left behind when it comes to the entire crypto space. India would eventually like to seize the opportunity and lead. So that's where we believe as players from the industry and avid investors and believers in the technology, that crypto has a very, very bright future when it comes to India.
Okay. So from a user acquisition perspective, given this entire scenario, are there any unique challenges which you feel that this category has when you're looking to acquire users, and how are you trying to address some of those challenges?
So the core or the crux of the challenge is lies in information asymmetry, right? Or knowledge asymmetry. Like we at different levels, there is either a lack of knowledge or a lot of misinformation out there, be it at regulatory level, be it with banking partners, be it with investors or public in general. So there is a lot of lack of information, or if there is some amount of misinformation. Now this leads to various other challenges, like for example, while talking to, say, influencers, right, who would readily want to participate with a business which is not in crypto, versus working with crypto, they might have additional 20 questions. Now we are open to answer all these questions, and there is nothing to hide, and we are very clear whenever we talk, but this increases the time to actually get something out there, okay, and that adds to the cost layer. Once this thing is sorted and there's much more clarity coming in from the government side when it comes to a legal framework and stuff, I think we'll start seeing huge adoption. We'll start seeing huge uptake in terms of acquisition, and we'll also start seeing India actually contributing to the global crypto economy, and that is something that will actually help India be a game changer when it comes to this industry.
Got it. So lastly, in your opinion, do you think that the crypto's big moment in India has finally arrived, or if not, then when do you see it arriving for India?
So I would put it this way. So when I interviewed for this company, right, when I spoke to I joined when the team was fairly small and fairly new, and we were just about beginning marketing. So I spoke to the founders Sumit and Neeraj, and this is what they basically said in their conversation, is that there are three revolutions, that if you want to call it three revolutions in technology or in the life of the internet. The first revolution, we were just the consumers, we did not build it, we were not the people with capital in it. The second revolution, more like the more of the social media and stuff, was more built by us but not funded by us. The capital was not ours. This particular revolution is more in this way, that the technology the minds that is building it, a large portion of them is from India, and we also have the necessary capital today to actually go ahead and build these products, not just for India but for the world. So at this point in time, we are set for a massive revolution when it comes to the next phase of the internet. And with the kind of adoption that we are seeing, I truly feel that this is the starting point of something really big that might come in India.
Okay, that's great to hear. So now we come to the most fun and interesting part of this conversation, which is the rapid fire round. And what I'll do is I'll ask you 6 questions in quick succession, and it would be great if you could give me the first answer that comes to your mind.
Sure.
So are we ready to start?
Yeah.
Perfect. So what comes to your mind when I say Dogecoin?
Okay. Yes, I would say a joke that has gone too far.
Any quote that you live by?
Yeah. So always leave a place better than you found it. That's something that I have it close to my heart.
Great. Which is the one daily habit that has been a game changer?
Replying to all emails and messages. So that's my routine every day in the morning, that I ensure that all my emails, messages, whatever notifications I have received, I reply to them. Of late, I've been a bit erratic, but I ensure that all of them get answered.
It's really great to hear that, because I also do the same. What is your trade secret for success on a crypto?
Research, study. It's all fun and exciting, but at the end of the day, it's a serious investment. So study the market, study the movements, and build your strategies according to that.
Okay. And what is the favorite cryptocurrency in your portfolio?
Today it would be Bitcoin. that's one of the topmost things that I'm invested in.
Nice. And if you were not a marketer, then what would you have been?
Oh, okay. So top of the mind, perhaps a movie star.
Wow. That's a rare thing to hear. Well, great conversing with you. Thank you so much for the candid chat. I think it's been a great conversation.
Thank you so much, Vipul, and thank you for hosting me.
Thank you.
Thank you, both of you. So, really exciting conversation. And I think the question on everyone's lips is cryptocurrency the new gold for Indians? Well, we are standing at a very exciting point for the future of fintech in India. And it will be interesting to see how things pan out from here. With that, we are at the end of today's episode. You can follow the Mass blog and social media for more interesting conversations around the crypto app economy. See you next time.